All right, what's going on? How you guys doing? Happy Monday. Hope everybody had a beautiful weekend. So we're back. My name is Alvaro Nunez and we're here at another SLG meetup where we connect with some of the most interesting individuals in the luxury space. And today we have a very special guest. His name is Jason Peteler and he's a superstar luxury real estate agent at Revel Real Estate in Los Angeles. I mean, he's gonna bring the fire. He's an absolutely incredible guy that it's been doing phenomenal in this field. So he's gonna be sharing a little bit about the current trends in LA, how he's, operating in this situation and, how successfully he's been doing. So lots of insight that he'll be sharing. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in today. Jason, what's happening?
Hey, Alvaro. Good morning. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing phenomenal. What about you?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
How is LA
Thank
treating
you.
you?
Oh, it's good, man. It's good. It's we can't do much. We got COVID, but we make do. The market's doing really well.
Everything is amazing, can't complain, as you well said. I mean, we're going through a really unusual time, but market is well for real estate, and especially you down there in LA. I mean, you're making some moves, you have some things going on that it will be great for you to be sharing. But first of all, I want to know, how do you actually end up choosing real estate and making such a successful career out of it?
By accident. It wasn't on purpose. I was in Minneapolis. I was working for a marketing firm doing product launches for like Calvin Klein, Ralph Lauren. We were doing some really fun stuff. And then what happened is I moved out to Los Angeles and I took a position at actually a swimwear company to help them do private label. And then I had an interview the same day for a company, a brokerage out here called Rodeo Realty. And I didn't think it was something I'd be interested in, but then again, I was coming from the Midwest. So I didn't know that there was properties upwards of $10-20 million. So they showed me that, and I fell in love, man. I fell in love. So I was the marketing director there for 7 years, and got to work with some really great agents. They all told me I should get my license, that marketing's a big part of this business, which it is. And then from there, I teamed up with a guy named Ben Bacall, and that's currently who I work with. His new brokerage, Revel Real Estate, is amazing, and he just started it about 7 months ago, and we already have a team of like 50 agents.
It's unbelievable what you guys are doing.
Yeah. It's very, very cool. A lot of fun.
That's for sure. And I love your background, by the way, because I come also from a marketing background, and I think it's so important when it comes to real estate. More than 90% of the people that jump into real estate, they have no clue about marketing. And this is like by research. So those that actually have the knowledge in marketing, especially you, that you've been actually working for a company for so long in marketing, it brings a game changer. That's why you're doing so well.
Oh, it definitely helps. Marketing is a big key in this business. I think it's a big key in a lot of businesses, but especially this, because you have a weird industry in real estate where a lot of people are coming from a lot of different backgrounds.
Yeah, very, very different backgrounds, and I really relate to what you said. I think this is a game changer. And, because of what you just started doing with Revel Real Estate, which is phenomenal. I mean, I'm a big fan of what you guys are doing, and especially the homes that you're representing. It's unbelievable. So with those homes that's so high end, how important is marketing and how it's really helping you?
They always look for, if somebody's putting a property on the market that's, let's say, even $10 million, $20 million, they want the best of the best to represent them. They want to make sure that their property, when it's going live, has the most attention. So the agent out here that can offer them the most, in regards to like getting the attention to the right people, to the right buyers, and driving an excitement for that property, is so crucial and so key. So it's very important. Absolutely.
Oh, there you go. You had this one, 932 Rivers Canyon.
Great property.
How was going through this deal, and how phenomenal? Did it actually help you to, take off on your career? How
Well,
important was this?
maybe. I mean, a lot of people have asked me about it. It's a big celebrity. It was actually on the market for quite a while with a few other agents before we got it. It was on the market for, I think, like a year and a half, 2 years,
Hmm.
and nobody was able to sell it. We got it, and we did a phenomenal job of bringing the right people there, and it ended up being sold, I think, right before our contract was up. So it was like a 6-month contract that we had with the seller, who actually it wasn't Rihanna. It wasn't Rihanna who owned the property. It was a couple of brothers who had leased it to Rihanna she lived there for, I think, a couple of years or something. She built out the studio in the bottom floor. It was really, really cool. And what happened was she had some sort of problem with stalkers, like somebody jumped her gate and went up to the house. So, I guess she didn't have it. But it's a crazy gate. It had like these spikes and barbed wire and all this stuff, but
Hmm.
somehow somebody still got over it. And she said, yeah, it's time to move. So she left. But she lived there for like 2 years, and the media picked it up as Rihanna's
Hmm.
property, but it was actually a couple of brothers' properties.
Right, right. And
Hmm.
you guys did phenomenal job with marketing and obviously paid off. And I mean, you
Yeah.
guys ended up landing also some nice properties. I was really impressed with the one I saw, the one in 10,697 some away. I mean, $78 million. What is that of a property? Let me put this a picture here. Like,
Sure.
this is unbelievable.
Yeah, that's a beautiful property. It's our brokerage's newest listing. I think it's the newest one we have. It's
Hmm.
78 million. It was on the market, I think, about 4 months ago, 3 months ago, at 100 million. So we've recently done a very big reduction, now that it's ours, and it's quite the property. It's 8 bedrooms, 21 bathrooms, and a total of 41,000 square feet.
What are some of the things that you guys focus on to promote such property?
Pictures are a big deal, huge
Hmm.
deal. Having great photography, and not just the same. A lot of things. I mean, a lot of mistakes that people make, I think, is the right photographer is also very key for the property. So we have a handful of photographers based on the style of the property is who we use to shoot that property. So a lot of agents will use the same photographer for every single listing they have, but one will be a traditional home, one will be a mid-century, one will be more of maybe more of a classic property, or Mediterranean, or so we use different photographers for different style properties, which is a really crucial thing in my opinion. Photography is a big deal. Video is a huge deal. Usually the photography is the thing that attracts them initially.
Hmm.
And then after they have that attraction, they'll usually Google the address, see what else is on the property, or they'll go to our website or something along those lines. And then they'll watch the video, which is the next step usually in the chain of then asking to go out and see it. So great photography that represents the property well. And then video, a good video that represents the property well. And then
Hmm.
from that, the rest of it's kind of our mixed bag of tricks that we use tailored
Right.
based on what property we
Hmm.
we get. Yeah.
Amazing. What's the hardest part for you, like in this career? What's been the hardest thing to you?
Well, the hardest thing is also the best thing for me, which is there's a lot of competition in Los Angeles, especially in Beverly Hills, and that makes the job difficult. But that doesn't mean that I don't like the it kind of pushes you to the next level having that sort of
Exactly.
competition. Yeah, absolutely. Otherwise, why move to the next level if you don't need to? But
Right.
that's the challenging part, I would say.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, of
and
course.
knowing the market, keeping up. I mean, this is not stuff that I don't think is that I don't enjoy. Just because I say it's challenging, it's not enjoyable. That's probably the most enjoyable thing is the challenge, right, for me. But it's definitely keeping up with the market, knowing everything that's happening in your areas that you're selling, and understanding why things are selling for what they're selling for, what new construction is, what if they went cheap, understanding all the details in the build of a property, and then and keeping updated with that. That's a big deal too.
With that being said, what's the current trends? Like, what do you see right now happening in LA? Like, how's the market currently?
So it's a weird market that we're in right now. It's definitely an interesting thing to see because of COVID. So because of a pandemic, what initially a lot of people were thinking was going to happen is we're going to see a big crash, and that never happened. What ended up happening is a lot of people didn't put their homes on the market, and rates dropped. So what you have is on one hand, you have a low inventory of properties on the market. So there's not a lot of properties on the market right now because either people don't want people walking through their home during COVID, or they just they don't have anywhere else to move. What do I do? What do I do if I sell my house? I'm also buying another property for, at what I consider to be a very high point in the market. So then what do I do? So they're just not putting their homes on the market right now. And the ones that are getting a premium for it. So what a lot of people are doing is they're selling right now because there's not a lot on the market and rates are low. So things are moving very quickly if they're on the market. And then what happens next is they are renting a property and just kind of weigh out where the market's going.
So I guess in LA is the same situation. I mean, we've seen a lot of moving parts. What would be some of your recommendations for, I mean, obviously you mentioned a couple, but if I'm a buyer and I'm looking to buy something in LA, what will be your recommendation?
It depends on your price point. So if your price point is from $1 to say $4 million, I would say that you're buying at the peak of the market because you're seeing things with multiple offers go that wouldn't have had that maybe a year ago. So because of the short supply. So if you're really desperately looking, I mean, there's no timing the market, maybe it goes even higher, right? It always does anyways. But right now, I would say kind of hold off, maybe just a few months if you could, see where it goes. If you're looking to get something for, let's say, 15 million plus, then you're a different buyer. Then I give you different advice because there's a lot of properties right now that were newly developed, that have hard money loans on them, that the seller was not able to sell. So they're a bit more desperate to take a good deal.
Right. And this is something that I always like to ask, especially you being in LA, like what is luxury to you?
I guess I would break it down as something that's timeless, something that's long lasting, and quality. So whether that be in real estate or whether that be in anything else, cars, fashion, property, that's what I would break down luxury as.
So Jason, with everything that has been going on and all the years that you have with real estate related, marketing wise as an agent and, you've done it all, what are some of the takeaways or recommendations that you would like to share?
If they're in real estate already, then I would say team up with somebody who's already doing it and learn what they do and model that into your model. So that's a great way to move to the next level is work with somebody who's already at that level you want to be at and learn what they do. If you're looking to get into real estate, I would say it's a lot more work than what's put on TV. Like the series, it's deals just don't come your way. The hardest part about actually, you asked me a while ago, what's the most challenging part is finding deals, because in this industry, they're not going to give you deals. I don't care what they show you on TV. You have to go out and you have to find your clients. You have to go out and you find your sellers. So that's a very challenging part.
100%. Well, thank you so much for sharing all those insights. They're amazing. And, Jason, if somebody wants to reach out to you, to work with you, or, to reach out, where can they find you?
Through my Instagram at Jason Peteler, Peteler. I'm sure you'll probably
put it down there as well.
Link in the Instagram, but if for anybody listening that's not on Instagram, JasonPeteler, and you can find me there and see some of the cool homes that both myself and our brokerage do. Very cool things in Los Angeles.
As always, I wish you all the best. I hope to see you in Miami, or I'll go visit you in LA, and hopefully we'll make some good stuff going on.
I'd rather come to you, my friend. I'd rather come to you.
All right, listen, you have your home there, so anytime. Thank you, Jason. It's a pleasure having you here, and I'll see you next time.
Take care. Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye. All right, guys. That was Jason. What a nice guy. So, again, there's nothing else that you can do that, is not related to marketing, connecting to people, and really, work hard. Like, you need to be available all the time. So, really an amazing luxury real estate agent from LA. Jason, it's unbelievable. Lots of insights. So it was great having him here today. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. So as always, have a great day and keep the beautiful success in life. See you next time. Bye-bye.